Lamentations chapter 1. How solitary and lonely seems the city that was once full of people. How like a widow has she become. She who was great among the nations and princess among the provinces has become a tributary. She weeps bitterly in the night, and her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she has no one to comfort her. All her friends have dealt preciously with her. They have become her enemies. Judah has gone into exile from the affliction and laborious servitude. She dwells among the nations, but she finds no rest. All her persecutors overtook her amid the straits. The roads to Zion mourn, because no one comes to solemn assembly or their appointed feast. All her gates are desolate, her priests sigh and groan, her maidens are grieved and vexed, and she herself is in bitterness. Her adversaries have become the head, her enemies prosper, for the Lord has afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions. Her young children have gone into captivity before the enemy. From the daughter of Zion, all her beauty and majesty have departed. Her princes have become like herds that find no pasture. They have fled without strength before the pursuer. Jerusalem remembers in the days of her affliction, and the days of her wanderings and her bitterness, all the pleasant and precious things that she had from the days of old. When her people fell into and at the hands of the adversary, and there was none to help her, the enemy looked at her, and they mocked at her desolations and downfall. Jerusalem has grievously sinned, therefore she has become an unclean thing and has been removed. All who honored her despise her, because they have seen her nakedness. Yes, she herself groans and sighs and turns away. Her filthiness was in her on her skirts. She did not consider her final end. Therefore she has come down, singularly and astonishingly. She has no comforter. O Lord, look at my affliction, for the enemy has magnified himself. The adversary has spread out his hand upon all her precious and desirable things, for she has seen the nations enter her sanctuary, when you commanded that they should not enter your congregation. All her people groan and sigh, seeking for bread. They have given their desirable and precious things for food to revive their strength and bring back life. See, O Lord, and consider how wretched and lightly esteemed, how vile and abominable I have become. Is it nothing to you, all you who pass by? Look and see if there is my sorrow, like my sorrow which was dealt out to me, with which the Lord has afflicted me in the day of his fierce anger. From above he has set fire into my bones, and it prevailed against them. He has spread a net for my feet. He has turned me back. He has made me hopelessly miserable and faint all day long. The yoke of my transgressions is borne by his hand. They were twined together. They were set upon my neck. He has made my strength fail and stumble. The Lord has delivered me into the hands of those I am unable to resist or withstand. The Lord has made of no account all my mighty men in the midst of me. He has proclaimed a set time against me to crush my young men. The Lord has trodden as in winepress the virgin daughter of Judah. For those things I weep. My eyes overflow with tears, because a comforter who could refresh and restore my soul is far from me. My children are desolate and perishing, for the enemy has prevailed. Zion stretches forth her hands, but there is no comforter for her. The Lord has commanded concerning and against Jacob, that his neighbors should be his adversaries. Jerusalem has become a filthy thing among them. The Lord is righteous, for I have rebelled against his commandments. Hear, I pray you, all you peoples, and look at my sorrow and suffering. My maidens and young men have gone into captivity. I called to my lovers, but they deceived me. My priests and elders expired in the city while they sought food to save their lives. Behold, O Lord, how distressed I am. My vital parts are in tumult and are deeply disturbed. My heart cannot rest and is violently agitated within me, for I am grievously rebelled. Outside the house the sword bereaves, at home there is death. My foes have heard that I sigh and groan, but I have no comforter. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that you have done it. You will bring the day that you have foretold and proclaimed, and they will become like me. Let all their wickedness come before you, and deal with them as you have dealt with me, because of all my transgressions. For my sighs and groans are many, and my heart is faint.